prep part 2. If this is your first time stopping by, I would highly suggest you go check out the first video in this series that talks about what we're doing, the ingredients haul, and all of the plans for making cookie boxes for the holidays. If you have been around and you've been watching, then you know that this video is all about prep, where we make a bunch of doughs and we freeze doughs so that in our third and final video, we can bake off a ton of cookies and package them up and give them out as gifts. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into cookie prep. First Christmas cookie I'm gonna go ahead and prep is our molasses cookies. This is my mom's recipe. I am going to 5 times this recipe because it never makes 3 to 4 dozen. That serving size is a lie. I went ahead and measured out 11 1/4 cups of flour for our molasses recipe, really hoping that this all fits in my mixer. I got a big boy, but I don't know if it'll all fit, but we're gonna cross our fingers and hope for the best. Next, my mother's recipe calls for adding in our spices, salt, and baking soda. Next, we're gonna add 10 teaspoons of baking soda. It is crawling out of my mixer, but we got it all in there, minus some flour. So we are going to go ahead and pull this off and then let it rest, and then we'll start scooping it. Listen, if this mess stresses you out, you just might want to skip this episode because this is what this whole episode's gonna look like. So now I'm gonna clean up this whole mess before I move on to the next cookie, which will be the chocolate chip cookie. Proof that she has been all cleaned, is well loved and taken care of. She needs a name. Maybe I will come up with a name for her by the end of this. Sink is clean for the most part. There's some residual chocolate from my mocha that I had. And now I'm going to take out this dough and go ahead and scoop it and freeze it. If I can get it out, holy cow, it's so heavy. Oof. So I'm gonna scoop it into balls onto some parchment lined sheet trays, and then I'm gonna pop these sheet trays in the freezer, let them freeze for a few hours, and then I will pull out all of the dough balls and bag them up. And that's how we will maintain this rhythm of baking and freezing dough. And then I can get this cleaned for our chocolate chip cookies as our butter continues to come to room temp. Okay, I am moving on to our chocolate chip recipe for tonight. Bri went to go get the kids, so I'm gonna try to knock that out, get it in the fridge before they get home, and then Bri and I will just scoop them once the kids go to bed. I'll make Bryson help me. So yeah, let's hop in. I'm hoping that it doesn't almost kill my mixer like the molasses cookies just did. It's a little bit less flour, so we'll hope for the best. Next, we're adding in 8 teaspoons of vanilla. Next, we're gonna start adding in all the flour. So because this batter is so thick and I want to add chocolate chips into the mixer, I don't want to stir them in by hand. I split it up into 2 portions. I'm gonna start with this portion, add 2 bags of chocolate chips, take everything out of this bowl, put it in a new bowl, put this dough into here, and then mix it up as well. Look who I've roped into helping me do some chocolate chip cookies. He's so excited about it. No, he doesn't. Don't talk to him. This is what Zeke does when he doesn't want to talk to you. The next cookie on the list is our Magic 5 cookie, and it has butterscotch, chocolate chips, coconut, pecans, and oats in it. So we're gonna go ahead and get that one started. I'm really sad. I don't think that I should quadruple batches in my mixer. I just don't think it can handle it, and I don't think things get incorporated as well. So I need to 4 times this recipe, so I'm gonna make it twice. I think I'm gonna have to do that with the rest of my recipes, and that's a bummer. But it's the risk you incur when you make this many cookies. Got all my dry ingredients mixed over here. That's gonna be 6 cups of oats, just 2 timesing that recipe, so I'm really glad that I split it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this creaming, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. Butter and sugar looking nice and creamy. We're gonna add our eggs, and then once those are mixed in, we'll add some molasses and vanilla. All right, all of this dough has been removed to a bigger bowl. And I'm gonna go ahead and just do the whole process one more time. That way we have a 4-time batch of Magic 5 cookies. Tastes so good. I'm having such a hard time not eating all this dough. Second dough is done for the Magic 5, so they're gonna rest for an hour. And then we'll roll them up and put them in the freezer, and I'm going to clean up this kitchen in the meantime. It's the end of Saturday night. I have one more dough to prep. Super easy sugar cookie dough. We're not gonna shape it or anything like that. We're just going to make it, put it in discs, put it in the freezer. And that will mean that I have gotten 4 doughs done. I've gotten done our molasses, our chocolate chip, our Magic 5, and our sugar cookie dough. So let's get it done. I, in my infinite wisdom, put 4 sticks of butter in when I only needed 3. I ended up having to do the second batch in the mixer at the same time as well. So currently there are 4 batches in here. And I think it's gonna be okay because this is a really simple recipe that doesn't have a lot of extra stuff. So I think I'm gonna be able to get all this in, but man, she's gonna be putting in some work. It all worked out. I got 5 discs of dough. So I'm gonna pop these into a Ziploc just to keep them fresh and prevent freezer burn, and then put them in the freezer. And then when the time comes, we'll roll them out and make little sugar angels. How cute. Just made 1 batch of our double chocolate espresso cookies. And now I'm going to make the second batch. Things definitely do seem a mess, but I mean, when you're in the middle of 2 batches, what are you supposed to do? I'm at the end of my prepping for all of the cookies. I've got 1 more dough to make, and then I'll have 6 doughs made. So today we are gonna prep our snickerdoodle dough. same way we've been doing it. I'm gonna prep the dough in 2 separate batches. Then we're gonna roll it out and freeze it. And I'll show you all the doughs that we've frozen so far. And then that will mean that next week when I start baking off all the cookies, I will only have 4 doughs to make, 4 types of cookies to make. The reason I'm doing that is because 2 of the recipes, it's the first time making it and I don't know how they'll handle the freezer. Another recipe, the Linzer cookies, those are just easier to make, cut out, and immediately bake. And then the shortbread that I'm doing this year is a Scottish style shortbread that you like pack in a jelly roll pan, and then you cut it and poke it with the holes either right before or right after you bake it. So all 4 of those will actually be made and baked next week. But for now, we are going to just finish this out with our snickerdoodles and then roll them and then be done prepping dough. My freezer is so full. I don't even know where I'm gonna put these. So let's go. Here are all the doughs we got prepped. 6 doughs total. We have 3 bags of Magic 5, 3 bags of our double chocolate espresso, 3 bags of our chocolate chip, 5 discs of our sugar cookie, 2 bags of snickerdoodle, and 2 bags of Mama's Molasses Cookies. So stay tuned for part 3 where we bake all of this off. Thanks for being here, y'all. We'll see you next time.